Hello, this is Roberto and this is the HVAC is my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Manual D, Condominium Part 17, Ductwork, Duct Layout. Alright, so let's get into it. So in the previous video what we did is we placed our registers around the perimeter of the house and in every location. Now we're going to connect these registers to the ducts. Okay, so ducts in here, what do we follow? So this is very interesting because if we are in commercial, usually what we do is we use the ductulator, and there is an online ductulator actually, and I'm going to download this in another video and to show you. For example, in this ductulator or in a manual normal ductulator, you put, this is the unit, this is 800 CFM, right? So you put 800 CFM and you put your friction rate 0.08, and then you can size your duct. You can put 12 by 12, see here, or 14 by 12, depends on that, based on friction, all right? Friction 0.08 or sometimes 0.01, okay? All right, that's one way. But the other way is based in residential, especially based on Manual D. And Manual D, what does it tell you? Manual D tells you you have to be within certain range of velocity. So in this case, so if you're talking about trunks, and you have rigid, so for rigid, you have to be within 700 and 900 FPM of velocity. Not friction, it's velocity, right? So, and these are guidelines actually. So, and then for branches, you have 600 until 900. All right. So in that case, because of that, what we're going to do first, I'm going to go here to my settings right here. As you can see, we have the duct preferences right here, right? So in here we have the trunk sheet metal. In sheet metal, we're gonna put the maximum and minimum velocity. So as Manual D says in here, we're gonna follow a little bit of that, okay? So trunk rigid says 900 and recommended, see, maximum 900 for rigid and then 700. So we're gonna put in here 700 and 900. Let's put in here maximum velocity of 900. There we go. 900 to 600. It should be 700, but we're gonna give some sort of we can put 700, but let's leave it at 600. We can always change it later. I'm gonna show you how. All right. Now for the branches, for the branch, we're gonna have maximum supply for branch 900, 600, same thing. Okay. So let's leave it this at 900. To 600. There we go. Now for rectangular duct height, let's put this as, say, for example, 6. Yeah, and that depends on the manufacturer and the homeowner. You cannot have very small ducts like, say, 4 by 4. Depends, right? So usually I use minimum of 6 or sometimes 8, right? Okay, for return, I'm going to select the following. So in here we have for rigid 700, recommended rigid 600. So 600 to 700 for trunks. So yeah, that's good. And now for the other one, for the branch, we have 700 to 400. Okay, let's leave it up like that. Let's leave it like that. But as I said, now in this house condominium, step number 1 is need to find out what kind of duct work you're going to put and how are you going to connect your registers. You have two options. Option 1, you can use flex, not recommended, but flex or round ducts, or option 2, rigid sheet metal rectangular. Okay, so in this case we're going to be using rectangular, so that's why. Okay, let's check on here, sheet metal trunk, see, 14 bar ceiling grill, all good. Okay, so now let's go back to our duct layout right here. Okay, so let's continue. So in here, originally this was on this side located, okay, but what we're going to do in here is we're going to put it to the side, and you're going to I'm going to show you how later. Because now, as I was mentioning, you need to know your ceiling. This is the floor plan, and you already have to know, and if you don't know, you have to go to the site, or you have to contact the architect, the homeowner, or they will tell you what they are interested in. Because what if you do a design that is all round duct, and then the architect says, no, we don't want that, we are more interested in rectangular, then you would have to do some sort of rework for that. So it's an issue. So coordination is very important. In this case, we're gonna follow a rectangular pattern. So for that, I have an idea in here. So I'm gonna show you right here. See? So this is the main system. We're gonna have a main trunk, and we're gonna have branches. See, branches to the side, to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the right, to the left, right? Okay, so trunks and branches. Trunk and branches. All right. So now let's start doing that. In order to do a trunk, you go here to the HVAC shape toolbox, and you're gonna click in here as we show in other videos. So we're gonna follow this, we're gonna put it right here. There we go. That's my main trunk. Now let's connect the first one. There is the first one right here. There is a register, we're gonna connect it, but I don't wanna keep on going back and forth. So we're gonna activate here, repeat last selection. There we go. So now go here and then connect this to the main trunk. There you go. Next. I'll finish. Yes. Okay, there we go. Now, in order to make it more visible, see, this is not that much visible. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this a little bit. So now there's an issue. When I click here, it's selecting actually the room, and that's kind of some sort of dangerous, because what if I'm moving the room instead of the duct, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to lock the building. So to lock the building, go to the tree, second floor, and then double click on the hand. There we go. And you're going to see a lock. But on the other hand, the HVAC shaped toolbox, the toolbox is grayed out, so you cannot use it. In order to enable that, check ducts, check, see it's checked, uncheck that one, uncheck and check again. There we go. It's just a trick. Now it's enabled. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, see, now I can select everything but the building itself. The rooms are not gonna move at all. So that's a very good benefit. Now what we're gonna do is let's move this a little bit upwards. There we go. Not really. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's go up. Not really. What we're gonna do in here is go here and select both. There we go. Select both. There we go. And then move it upwards. See? It's showing a little bit more. There we go. Okay. And now this is kind of, I don't like this foyer right there because it's interfering with this. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unlock my building, double click, and then I'm gonna click on the room, hold shift, and then move the foyer with the mouse. There we go. I'm gonna lock it again, and then I'm gonna enable my toolbox again. There we go. Nothing happened here, right? Now by default is giving me 5 inches. So what we agreed on was that we want to do this completely rectangular, trunk and branches rectangular. Okay, so what we're gonna do is click here, right click. So if we do right click, we're gonna put in here the following. So in here it says automatic sizing. Let's just put height in here. So if we put height in the duct, see, it's gonna make it rectangular. And when it's doing automatic sizing, there is a third item you have to take into account. What is the minimum size that the homeowner or the architect, designer, developer is interested in? Okay, so let's put like a minimum size of maybe 6 by 4 is okay, but 6, let's put it as 6 by 4. So in that case, this should be okay. 6, the height is 6. So let's make it 6 by 4. So yes, no. So automatic sizing, no. Right click right here, and we're gonna put 6 by 4. There you go. that's our minimum size. But you might tell me, wait, Roberto, velocity is 394. It's very, very low. It's not complying with ACA manual D. However, that doesn't matter because my minimum size, we already have our minimum size. I could make this work making this smaller, see, 4x4, see, and the speed goes up, see, velocity goes up 592, but that wouldn't be realistic, right? Even I could make it 2x2, there you go, or 2x4, or 2x6, there you go. See, I could play with this, but that's not realistic. In the field, you have standard sizes, right? Okay, so since we have standard sizes, we have width 6 and height 4, 394, okay? So we are done with this duct. Okay, now let's continue with the next duct. So this is gonna be my main trunk right here. So let's put it to the side. That's my main trunk. So this is actually kind of very interesting. So how about this? Let's connect the other ducts too. Okay, we can do this in here. Okay, let's connect this in here. There we go. See, and it's still giving me round duct. Okay, let's check. Let's go to duct preferences. For branches, we're gonna put a duct height of 4. There we go. Enter. All right, so let's go see if this changed. There you go, it changed, completely changed. Okay, so for this is giving me 4x6 or 6x4. We're gonna change that, but we want to connect these two. Okay, so we're gonna go here. Okay, go here, connect this to here. Okay, there we go. All right, okay, go back. Okay, what is it? Let's check this. Okay, let's drag this to here. Okay, let's go here, drag this. Where is it? Go here, drag. Okay, we're gonna drag it. There we go. So now let's put this in here, 8x6. Here you go. Okay, all right, so this is 8x6. Okay, so let's check on what's the velocity in here. Let's move this in here a little bit more just so it's clear. There we go. Okay, so what's the velocity in here? Let's go check. So the velocity in here is 506. So that's an 8x6. Okay, 8x6. All right. So I think we're gonna be fine with that. Let's continue with the other one. Okay, so now for this side, we're gonna continue connecting this. So let's make one in here. There we go. All right, so let's go here, connect. All right, as you can see, it's not connecting, but let's go and see if this trick works. So go down, go up, doesn't connect. Let's see, it connects actually, right? Go down, go up, it connects. There we go. Let's go here, go down, go up. Actually, it connects. There we go. All right, now it's connected. And what is the size? Let's just double check on the size very quickly. So this is 552. All right, we're gonna analyze the sizes a little bit later. Okay, at the end. There we go. And this doesn't have anything to do here because this is not connecting to anything. Okay, all right, so let's continue with the other ones. I have to connect this and then let's make another branch. Let's go here, making a branch right there. There we go. There we go, all of them. All right, so they're all connected now. And what's the size in here? The size is gonna be actually 6x4. See, 6x4, that's the duct height. And that was the minimum, right? Okay, we're gonna analyze this better, but however, we're gonna making this something else. Okay, well, let's drag this a little bit more, and then up, down, this up and down, this up and down, and this up and down. Okay, so in this case, 6x4, we're just organizing this a little bit better. Now we have this side discharge, so I'm going to connect that to in here. Let's go here. There we go. We're connecting that because we have a big CFM in here. When we connect that wall register, then we have another branch size, right? There we go. All right, pretty much everything is connected, as you can see in here. Now that everything is connected, not everything. Actually, we need to connect this return. For the return, you go to the toolbox and then click on the return duct, and then duct, click here, and then what we're gonna do is let's line it up. We're gonna align this there we go. We're aligning this, and then we're gonna make our duct right there we go. All right, and again, we said we're not gonna make this rectangular, we're not gonna make this round, we're gonna make this rectangular. We're gonna put in here 12, and then it gives us a 20 by 12, so let's make it 14 by 18. That's interesting. What about 16? Well, 16 by 14 or 14 by 16. Okay, for now let's leave it like that. Okay, so everything is connected pretty much, but now we need to double check. We're gonna check on the sizes again, okay? But what we need to do also, we need to check on the friction rate. How is our friction? Because now that we have all these ducts connected, we are able to see the friction. So when we go here to the blower's icon, static pressure, we can see that the friction rate is 0.026, which is very, very low. It's not good. And the reason is our external static pressure is low, it's 0.5, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna increase this, press F8. In F8, we're gonna change it to 0.7, and then we're gonna change this in F8 to 0.7. There you go. So we have a better friction rate, an adequate friction rate, right? And also that depends on the filter. See, in the filter is 0.15. But if you want, sometimes at home they have pets, they have dogs, they have cats, and on top of that they have a lot of dust, for example. Some people try to get better filters, but bigger, better, more efficient filters, MERV 13, MERV 16, whatever, they have more static pressure. So in that case, that would be maybe say 0.18. See, it reduces the static, the friction rate and everything. But in this case, we're giving it 0.15, which is a good number. All right, so we're good with friction rate. And then later we will check the velocities to see if we are within what is within what we want. Okay, so okay, this is the time now to clean up a little bit. I'm gonna clean up this because this is very, sometimes it gets messy. Okay, I'm gonna unlock my building, unlock building, and then I'm gonna move this bath label a little bit upper. So go here, click here, shift, and then move it here. Hallway, everything else is good. Utility area a little bit lower. Foyer is good. Okay, I'm gonna lock my building again. See, lock it, enable toolbox. Now I'm gonna move this. In other words, we're just making it nicer. Usually it's very good to put all these labels outside of the floor plan, so it's more legible. We can put this duct label or tag within the floor plan. All right, so we're gonna put this within the floor plan. Let's put this outside, or depends on how you want to polish or make it look nicer, right? Okay, so now in here we have this, right? That's the size of this. Okay, so we have here this 22 by 16. We're just cleaning up a little bit more. Okay, what is this? This is, okay, this duct right here. Okay, so now in here we're gonna have this. We're just cleaning up again. See, cleaning up. Okay, we're gonna put this on the outside. Okay, and then this is on the outside, 8 by 6. Okay, so everything's looking good. Okay, let's put this a little bit more like that. Okay, by 6. All right, it's looking very, very good. It's looking better. Now is the time to analyze if our sizes are correct. Okay, so number one, let's delete this ductwork. So this duct we're not gonna need, so we can click in here, delete. All right, so now it looks more like a T, right? Okay, so now in this part, so this is very close. Let's see if I can, so this is gonna be 22 by 6. That duct doesn't seem to be very good at all. Okay, but I cannot select the main trunk in here. See, as you can see, I cannot select it, but it's easy just to move this this return rail. Okay, now I'm gonna be able to select this main trunk. See, but it's something is not good in here. All right, but no problem. There's no problem. We can delete this, so there's nothing right there, and then we can connect it back. There we go. Now it's all good. That's why that's why we're doing this process of clean up. Okay, so this is the main unit, and now we're going to do click here and go here, and now this is 22 by 6. We're gonna change it to that's what we need to define. My duct height is gonna be 10. So if I put 10 in here, what does it give me? It gives me a 12 by 10, and I am within still. My velocity is 880, right? So basically, we're still within the manual D. Okay, so now 12 by 10, that's gonna be my height. Okay, 12 by 10. And this is 6 by 6. Okay, let's go with the next one. So this duct is good, right? This duct. Now let's go with the next one. Let's go here, click. And then in here I have 263, but we said that our minimum could be 6 by 4. All right. Sometimes they like it as 6 by 6 or 6 by 4. So let's do 6 by 4 in this case. All right. 6 by 4 is gonna be my minimum, because usually in commercial this does have a big impact. Like for example, if you have a multifamily home, a lot of apartment units, so you have 50 units, so they try to optimize the ducts, right? But in a home it's okay, but in this case we're gonna put 6 by 4, and what we have is bigger velocity, see, 394. All right, so this is gonna be 6 by 4. We're all good with this. Okay, so we have this good, this good. What about the next one? Right here we go, right click, 814, so it's going down. We keep it 12 by 10, right? Okay, what about the next one? So for the next one we have 10 by 6. Let's go here, and then right here, right click, we have 652. We're all good here. Same things, 10 by 6. Okay, but there is a small issue in here, I would say, because okay, here's the thing. So this branch is 10 by 6, right? Okay, if it's 10 by 6, 10 is the width, what is visible, right? The width, and 6 is the height. So don't forget that you have in here a side wall register, and this side wall register is 14 by 8. All right, so if it's 14 by 8, you cannot put a 16 by 6. So my height is 6, but in this register the height is 8, so it's not good. So what I'm gonna do for this duct, I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna change this to 10, and see, it says now 6 by 10. So it's trying to keep the velocity, but under automatic sizing I'm gonna put no, and then duct width, we're gonna increase this to 8. Let's see. Okay, so if it's an 8 by 10, I understand the velocity is lower, but if it's 8 by 10, this also allows me to place this other register right here, because this other register is 10 by 6, right? So it's a 10 already. So if I put a 6 in here, this is gonna be not good either. So that's why sometimes we have to take those decisions as designers, because if you design it on some dimensions, in the field is different, it wouldn't be good, right? Okay, so that's what we do. So we're gonna keep this as 8 by 10. See, so that way we have the proper height. Actually, 8 by 10, this wouldn't be good. So let's make it 8 by 8 in here. 8 by 8. See, we have better velocity. 8 by 8. So this is 6. This is 10. Hold on in here. So 10. So this is 6. Okay, we're good. We're very good actually. Why? Because the height is 8. The height of this branch is 8. And for this register, the size is 8 actually. Yeah, this is not looking good, but depends on how they're connecting this actually. So if this is a branch and then they're connecting this register directly to the branch, that cannot be possible, because usually what we follow is, if the height is 8 in here of the register, right, the sidewall register, and the trunk height is 8, there is no space, right? So we usually try to be 1 inch higher. So that means 1 inch on top, 1 inch below. That would mean at least this should have to be 10. So let's be safe and let's put in here 10. Okay, there we go, 10 and 10. We're all good with this. Okay, so now let's continue. So in here, 10 by 12 by 10, this is gonna be 10 by 12, see? 12 by 10, I mean. What about this? It's saying 16 by 6. That's not good either. Imagine if you give this to the contractor, he's not gonna follow this at all. That's not good. He's gonna say you're not good. So what we're gonna try to keep is consistency. 12 by 10, 12 by 10, and this should be possibly at 10 by 12 by 10. But let's see what it gives us. So if I put in here a 10, 10, 10, which we're trying to get the height consistent. Let's see what it gives us. So it gives us 10 by 10. Okay, all right. So we're gonna have a 10 by 10, or even you can leave it as 12 by 10, so that way they could just do one branch. But sometimes the contractors or homeowners, they try to save some money on this, in this case, because even though it's one house, sometimes developers are doing this model for 80 houses and they are following the same ductwork for different houses. So if we're thinking about quantity, yes, this makes a big impact on pricing. Okay, so we're gonna keep it as 10 by 10, and now, okay, now we should be all good, right? So now actually in here, what is this? So this is gonna be 8 by 6. Okay, 8 by 6, we're good. However, this is not good. Why? Because my register in here is 14 by 8, right? 14 is the width and 8 is the height. See? 8. So if it's 8 and this ductwork is 8, let's make this, I guess, 10. See, instead of 8, we're gonna make this 10, so that way this register doesn't have any issues. Okay, so we're gonna put in here, instead of 8, automatic sizing, no, we're gonna put this in 10. Okay, 405. Okay, so now we have 10 by 6. And then for the last one in here, what is the size of this? This is gonna be 10 by 10. Okay, 10 by 6. This is 10 by 10. Okay, this is looking good, 10 by 10. We're just gonna leave it as 10 by 10. Okay, 10 by 10, even though my branch velocity is 464. Okay, but this gives them more flexibility for installation. Okay, now there is an interesting detail. You cannot see in here, you don't see in here the duct dimension. So because of that, you can always rely on doing this the text. See the text. In text, what we can do is we're just gonna put the size in here. It was 10 by 10, right? Okay, 10 by 10. Okay, let's go here. 10 by 10. There we go. Just to verify that, 10 by 10. All right. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to make this look nicer, and then we're going to print out the reports. Please don't forget to leave a comment or any other video that you want me to make, and any comment is very welcome, okay? Like, share, and subscribe. All right, thanks so much for watching. HVAC is my channel. I'll see you in the next video.